Nedbank Zimbabwe has made it easier than ever for international visitors to access funds and pay for goods and services while traveling in the country. By partnering with American Express to become the first acquirer of Amex payments in Zimbabwe, Nedbank is opening new opportunities for both merchants and tourists that will enhance convenience and the overall payment experience. We sat down with a member of the team behind this partnership, Harris Henry, the executive head of sales and business origination. Nedbank are trailblazers. American Express has just made a partnership with Nedbank Group so that they can also start their services in the country. Right now we're sitting with Herry to discuss more. Congratulations on the partnership.
Yeah, many thanks, sir. We're totally elated. I think today is a momentous day because we really have put in a lot of work to make this day possible. So we're so excited on behalf of ourselves and also our clients.
Maybe to start with, maybe take us through the journey behind the scene of really the partnership of Nedbank and American Express. What was really happening behind closed doors?
Okay, thanks a lot. So you'd find that I just want to start by giving you context to where this initiative is coming from. You'd find that of the tourists that come into the country annually, about 40% of those tourists, they carry American Express cards. So that's the first thing. And over and above that 40%, statistics actually show that the average American Express card holder carries about 3 times the spending power of any other competing brand. But now in Zimbabwe, there was no solution that allowed for merchants to be able to acquire that business that comes with those tourists. In other words, if I can put it simplistically, if a tourist wants to swipe using an American Express card, there was no device that had the ability to acquire that business. So for merchants to be able to go around that problem, they now had to look for solutions as far as Kenya, as far as South Africa, to then allow them to be able to partake in that business. So that was the context behind us coming up with this initiative.
Thank you for speaking to those values in terms of the value and also the volumes that are really around the hunger for American Express in the country.
Yes.
But also total receipts in 2018, this is pre-COVID, total receipts were about 1.4 billion United States dollars. And in 2022, total receipts were around 911 million US dollars. So really, what is the prospect? What are we expecting that American Express is going to bring and help tourism in Zimbabwe?
Yeah. So number one, that question is far. I'm going to tackle it in 2 ways. So it's very important that we offer transactional convenience for our tourists. And over and above that, if you look at the statistics for Q1 2023, year on year there was a growth of about 51.5%. So whilst 2022 may have been a bit of a dampener, but for 2023, all signals are pointing to a very productive year insofar as all matters tourism are concerned. But in terms of the broader impact to the economy, by offshoring deposits, by using externally acquired infrastructure, it means that the deposit that comes off the transaction by the tourist is going to South Africa, is going to Kenya. So at a time when Zimbabwe we're looking for liquidity, that liquidity is being realized elsewhere because it's going to other countries. And remember, when a tourist transacts on a swipe machine, there are also revenues that are earned from that. So whoever owns the POS device is the one who also earns that particular commission. So it means that it was a lose-lose insofar as commission is concerned. It was a lose-lose insofar as liquidity is concerned. So that is the impact to the country. And I'm sure you are well aware that whilst that money would have obviously come through to the country, but that time lag now, we need liquidity in our country because that's the lifeblood that allows us to create loans. So we cannot afford to be able to offshore liquidity at a time when our country could use every bit of money that it can get.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of talk is centering around this being something positive for the tourism sector and maybe tourists at large. But how is this also going to impact locals? What do they expect? What can they look forward to from this partnership as well?
All right. So tourism, that particular sector, if you look at the amount of jobs that are created as a result of the tourism sector, the entire value chain. It transcends beyond just that hotel where a tourist would come to, just that particular infrastructure that the tourist enjoys when they come. There's significant value chain that is created there. Massive employment opportunities, massive supply opportunities. So when we offer transactional convenience to tourists that visit our country, there's also that uplift now in terms of the entire value chain.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There has been also talks on the fact that Zimbabwe is under sanctions from America. Is that going to maybe scare off some of our tourists or even some people who really are also excited about this new partnership with American Express?
Yeah. Look, I'd just like to start by underscoring that Nedbank is a compliant bank in all respects. I think we do respect whatever statutes that are there, whatever controls that are there that we need to observe. But be that as it may, remember these tourists are coming anyway. So it's not like there's an introduction of a stream that we've not been realizing into the country. I think what's just important is to have a view in terms of filtering those inflows to make sure that they're quite clean. Then we can take it from there. But also just a point to consider. We are looking at funds coming into the country as opposed to leaving the country. So again, that's a bit of a different dynamic there. So we're looking at acquiring inflows into Zimbabwe as opposed to externalizing currency.
So indeed, it's really going to help us in a large way.
Correct.
As well as maybe you can now speak to maybe some of the services that are going to hit the ground running just after this partnership, and what you expect also to be developments in the future with regards to the partnership of Nedbank and American Express.
Yeah. Thanks very much for that. So in terms of those merchants that we've onboarded already, they've started enjoying that particular service. So what that means is that where a tourist then comes into the country, they would like to swipe, there's that capability now, so they can enjoy those cash flows as the tourists come through. But over and above that, even for those that wish to transact online, to make payments online, there's that ability to enjoy our e-commerce platform and be able to then realize those payments. Those payments will then reflect into the merchants' in-country accounts. So they have immediate access to that money without restrictions, obviously subject to exchange control.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And as well as American Express is not sort of the only digitalization program that you have undertaken. Maybe you can speak to some of the things that we are also expecting maybe from Nedbank that are already on the ground and maybe that we expect in the future.
Yeah, look, I think still maintaining the theme of looking for a wholesome solution for the tourism merchant who's either potentially our client or our current client. They also have access to our payments platforms that we do have. We've got a robust payments platform that we do have in country. And also sometime last year we did offer a corporate card that gives our business clients that capability to be able to swipe whenever they would like to make payments, be it in supermarkets for the purposes of beverages, because I know that's quite a popular stream that they use our infrastructure for. So that is available for them. And also the mobile app, it's also available for our clients. So certainly we are front and center insofar as anticipating our customers' needs and also responding to them.
Harry, thank you very much for the chat.
Pleasure is mine, sir.
Thank you so much.
Super.
Okay.
That's a wrap. The Nedbank Amex partnership is a win-win that will make life easier for both visitors using Amex cards and local Zimbabwean merchants. By enabling American Express acceptance, Nedbank is demonstrating its commitment to providing the latest financial services technologies for the benefit of businesses, consumers, and the overall Zimbabwean economy. The ability to tap into Amex's massive global network of card members and spending power will boost the Zimbabwean tourism sector and commerce at large, at a time when the country is seeking to expand its appeal as a destination. That's a wrap from the Equity Access team. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.